What's going on, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. And today we are going to be bringing you Arteta's ultimate 4-3-3. If you do enjoy the tactic videos, be sure to leave a like on this one, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, and also please do come over to the Twitch. A lot of you guys already have, but trust me, it's a really good time. We look at your tactics on stream, we make tactics on stream, we've also got an incredible Crystal Palace save going on, and occasionally we do viewer fantasy drafts, so do come over, get involved. Link is going to be also in the description, but also in the comments as the pinned comment, so please do come over. We're live practically every single evening. But let's go ahead and let's get into the testing phase of this video. So, we're going to waste no time by saying this. We obviously are going to be testing with Man City and Arsenal because they are teams that Arteta has been heavily involved in. But we've also, just so it's not tested with, you know, a powerhouse and also a very good side, we are going to be throwing in the mix Bromley, which you can see was quite an impressive season. But just to show you here, in the club info, media prediction is 13th. And we have come, obviously, in first place here with a ridiculous amount of points. We also won the English FA Trophy, not the FA Cup. Do not confuse it with that one. 99 goals scored and only 31 conceded. The discipline, obviously, the yellow cards, there's a lot of yellow cards, but I'm going to be showing you how you can obviously get rid of a lot of those cards, but it will slightly tweak the way that we play, and 0 red cards coming in. In terms of the data hub then, general performance, very, very impressive. 2.15 goals per game, a decent pass completion, as well as hardly any goals touching the back of the net at all against us, 0.67. So really, really impressed. Obviously, this will be pretty much the worst stats of the three we're going to show you because this is obviously a severe underdog situation. But I wanted to make sure I included a team like this because I know a lot of you guys either play in lower divisions, you might not be the favourite team in there, and I had to include one, obviously, that is one of the worst teams in the division, and it just shows it can really overachieve as well. And I feel like a lot of 4-3-3s can, but that aside, we'll go in terms of the squad then. We're going to be looking at some really, really good goals coming in here. 39 from Kendall, 21 from Dennis, Forster coming in with 15, 10 coming in for Whiteley, Cheek coming in with 8, 7 for Topoli, Alexander coming in with 5 for Vennings as well. The assists, we've got 16, 11, 10, 10, 8, 7, 6, 5. So, quite a few people getting involved. Now, this isn't a tactic that is going to be scoring, in absurd amounts of goals, 300 plus a season or anything ridiculous like that, because it is, quite a calm tactic in that sort of sense. It more focuses on, obviously, maintaining the ball, creating good chances, but it has to be a really good chance. So there are ways you could definitely look to get more goals by tweaking it, but obviously we've tried to make an Arteta tactic as close as possible to his real life play style, and I feel like we've done a very good job of it. So that's the first test going to be done, and so far, so good. So, Arsenal then. Now, this is obviously the team he's managing right now, and the reason why we've gone with these, obviously, next is because we're going in quality order. So, we're starting off with Bromley, Arsenal, and then City. And obviously, with this team, it is a very, very good team on paper, but obviously, you're not, especially in FM, you've got a couple of teams that should be finishing above you, most usually. I mean, Liverpool, Manchester City are two of the ones that really do stick out here. But we've come out and put on an absolute clinic. I mean, we've also won the Europa League here. I forgot to mention even that against AS Roma. Quite a tough final, but we'll take the trophy any day of the week. Obviously, this is the main one, the Premier League, which hopefully, I think a lot of Arsenal fans are, possibly thinking it's already done in real life, but there's still a lot of games to go. But obviously, I hope for you guys, you are able to get over the line. But overall, a great season. 106 goals scored, only 17 conceded, which is very, very impressive in my opinion. And in terms of the data hub general performance, we're seeing 2.79 goals per game, 0.45, but the real standout one now is this pass completion. We saw it with Bromley at obviously 81%, and you have got to take into account their player quality, etc., etc. It does have a really big impact, and obviously we're now playing in a much tougher division, but that means we have got a lot better players. So that nearly went up, I believe, around 8%. So we're looking at nearly a 90% or 89% pass completion, getting on for 3 goals a game and conceding under half a goal a game. So the stats are really all in our favour. And in terms of the goals right now, we've got 36 for Jesus, 33 for Martinelli, 31 for Bukayo, Odegaard with 17, 12 coming in for Vieira, Partey coming in with 7, 5 for Granit Xhaka. The assisters, we've got 27, 24, he's out on loan, 13, 11, 11, 10, 7, 6, 6. So, this just goes to show, obviously, that the better quality players you have going forward, obviously the higher stats you're going to receive, basically. But what I will say is, the one thing which I noticed with this is, whatever standard of team you are, you still get the contributions. There might not be as many goals, but all of them players do get involved, obviously, in that sort of free. And that is exactly what this system's about. You look in real life, and there's so much good link up. I feel like a real big player that we're missing, obviously, at the moment, in terms of probably getting the best out of Martinelli, would be Gabriel Jesus, because he's such a good player in that Arsenal team. However, Nketiah, I've got a lot of respect for Nketiah, because he does seem to turn up when needed. But Jesus is a big miss, and obviously, you know, he gets Martinelli playing as well. When they are all together and all fit, they are an absolute force to play against. And it was a real honour to actually test with Arsenal. So, do you know what? That is 2 saves done, and 2 saves I'm more than happy to say have been successful. We're now going to go over to the giants of the save, which is going to be, or the video, shall I say, Manchester City. So, Manchester City, now, to be honest, this is just an absolute joke. I mean, we're talking 4 trophies you can see here, but it is actually 5 because we won the Champions League, and I am going to be going through the schedule just to prove that as well. But 142 goals scored, only 24 conceded. Obviously, you know, this is probably the best team in the Premier League, so we've got to take that into account. An absolute thumping when it comes to points, 108 points compared to second place is 81. In terms of the squad, we're going to be looking at the goals. I mean, Erling Haaland cannot put a foot wrong. 89 goals from him, 48 for Jack Grealish, 22 for Bernardo Silva, 18 coming in for Kevin De Bruyne, Ruben Diaz coming in with 13, 10 for Phil Foden, Rodri with 8, 7 for Alvarez, 6 for Gundogan, Laporte with 6, the assisters, 30 for Silva, 29 for Grealish, 27 for De Bruyne, Gomez actually coming in with 18 as well, Haaland with 16, 15 coming in with Foden, 12 for Walker, 9 5. I mean, it is genuinely incredible, and good to see. Obviously, we're still putting up, you know, our fullbacks are contributing. So obviously, you got Cancelo now, who is obviously at Bayern on loan, but I imagine will be joining there permanently as well. But overall, a sensational season it really was. Obviously, it does help having the likes of Haaland because the guy is an absolute machine. He really is. But do you know what? Jack Grealish enjoying a very good season here. Now, he was playing a mixture, I want to say this now, a mixture on the wing, but also in midfield, because I did look at a couple of the results and see exactly where the assistant was playing him. So I don't know if he prefers playing, obviously, or he's better in that position in midfield, but it definitely helped him in this save. And in terms of this, it is really, really good. So we're talking 3.74 goals per game, 0.63 and 89.41. So, you know, it's nearly a 90% pass completion, 3.74 goals per game, and conceded 0.63. You can't really go wrong. And I think what we're taking from this is, yes, you can look at this and say it's Man City, but what we're noticing is the difference between the goals going in and the goals that you're scoring. Whatever save we've done, you're looking at sort of, you know, under a goal a game easy and over 2 goals a game easy in every single save. So obviously with Man City, you're going to score more, but this tactic will perform with any side. I nearly forgot, but I promised to show you the schedule. And apart from this humiliating defeat here against Manchester United, God knows what happened there. It always happens once in a season. It was absolutely incredible. So, I mean, the friendlies we're not going to talk about too much. But you can see the dominance. I mean, against Bayern, 6-1, 3-2 in the Community Shield. We're seeing some of the results here. And 0-0 there against Leipzig. I mean, I've got a lot of respect for Leipzig, so I don't actually mind that. I'm going to be real. Aston Villa with a good result there, to be fair. But we scroll down from this point onwards, and we can just see the domination. It really is utter domination. It is something. It is something. Like I said, the Manchester United game here, by the way, the Carabao Cup was actually quite close. Obviously, it came down to a goal. We then beat Liverpool in the finals, 1-0. And past that, I think it's literally majority all wins, apart from PSG, which, you know, they are a very tough side. But you can see there, the results are absolutely incredible. The only team that I think done us over a couple of times was United, to be fair. And obviously Villa getting a result. But overall, an absolutely flawless season, in my opinion. I don't actually know how many so 36 and 2. So yeah, that's around about a 90% win rate if I calculate that right. So it's honestly incredible. It really is a good season. And obviously, I know we are Manchester City, and I've got to take that into account. But at the end of the day, to win 5 trophies, still sometimes you don't see that. So very, very impressed with this, and also very impressed with how it performs at Arsenal, and also Bromley. Bromley's actually probably the most impressed I've been, because they were obviously predicted to finish. I said obviously about 10 times. Obviously. Be sure to comment that if you caught onto that. Predicted 13th and obviously finished first. So it's a great, great season. And we're now going to go ahead and watch some of these games from this save, I think. It's going to be a lot of goals, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Well, it pains me to do it, but I've looked through the saves, and this is the real standout game. It is going to be the FA Cup final against Manchester United, where we were successful to win 5-1 against a very good Manchester United side. Obviously, they do get a goal, but we scored 5, so we're clearly in the lead as Haaland, great link-up play there, into Bernardo Silva, and it's a very elegant finish, actually, into the bottom left-hand corner. Part of me feels like De Gea could have done a little bit better, but do you know what? It was quite pinpoint, so possibly he couldn't have done. But De Bruyne over the top right away there into Jackie Grealish, touchdown and hit. De Gea definitely just flopped at the floor there. But we're seeing how well that sort of midfield. And the good thing about this midfield, I want to say, is you do hold on to the ball very well. But when there is an option that is slightly more direct, the players aren't afraid to take it. They will take the more direct approach, and to be honest, it works really, really well. So the overall balance of this tactic is probably one of the best I've made, in my opinion. It really does work well. As Haaland goes through, oh, De Gea's had a howler. Do you know what? He possibly didn't need to come out there as Haaland steps it through him, and obviously gets quite an easy finish. At this point, it was utter dominance. I do believe Jadon Sancho gets a goal here, though. A very lucky one. Oh, is it going to be a howler? It's a howler from our keeper. Maybe it's a howler for keepers, but quite a lucky goal there, but nothing really could have done in terms of preventing it with the tactic. Ederson just needs to switch on a little bit. Jack Grealish down the left here. Does he? I mean, how has he got through them two? And again, it's right at De Gea, but I guess a lot of power. But I mean, I don't know how Grealish has weaved his way through two players there as Kyle Walker goes down the right-hand side. Still going, Kyle Walker. Cuts it sort of invertedly back into Gundogan, and yeah, De Gea has to do better there. It's really not a great performance from him. We've got to be real. I mean, he's not actually a bad keeper, is he, either? No, he's not a bad keeper at all. I mean, we're talking 3-star at least. Some very decent attributes on him. But no, I mean, they were playing a very good team, as you can see. A full-strength team. Well, it is actually a full-strength team, bang on. But we've come out and absolutely thumped them. We dominated the shots, the XG, and the possession. They literally had nothing. In fact, they shouldn't have even really had the goal, because it was an incredibly lucky one. But overall, a dominant final, and one which I think shows exactly what this tactic can produce. So then, guys, we're now into your favourite part of the video, which is going to be the tactic breakdown. I want to take a couple of minutes to say, if you do enjoy the video, please do leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and please turn on notifications. And then also, if you want to support me a little bit more, you can come over to the Twitch, and trust me, it's going to be a lot of fun for you guys as well. We're live there practically every evening, 5:30 PM onwards, and we do a lot of tactic breakdowns. I sometimes look at your tactics, we tweak them, we help you. All you got to do is come in the chat, follow. If you're feeling generous, hit the follow button, and just come over and have a good vibe. We've sort of got 60 to 70 people in there most streams. The chat's popping. We've made some incredible friends via it as well. So if you like FM, I would highly recommend it. And the same goes if you want to join a Discord server. Again, it's completely free and it's filled with absolute tactical masterminds. Not just like myself, everyone has some really good ideas. So do come over, and you know what? Get involved. So guys, we're now going to break down the Arteta ball tactic. I want to quickly say, if you are enjoying yourself, hit the like button. It helps out a lot, more than you can imagine. And do subscribe and turn on notifications. Also, please do come over to the Twitch. We're live practically every single evening, 5:30 PM on... So guys, we are now going to break down the Arteta ball tactic. If you are enjoying the video, hit the like button and do subscribe, and please do turn on notifications because it helps out massively. And also, please do come over to the Twitch. Again, we're live pretty much every single day. We've sort of got 60 to 70 people in there at a time at the moment. It's absolutely popping. You can meet some great friends in the FM community. A few of the streamers come in as well. It's a real good community to get in. And you know what? The vibes are at an all-time high. Again, the same thing goes for the Discord. Do join that as well if you're interested in FM, because there's loads of people in there. Also, I will help, but also other people in there will help with tactics, player picks, obviously giving you suggestions who to sign, etc, etc, all this good stuff. So do come over to both of them websites, but let's go ahead and break down this tactic. So let's kick things off then. So it is going to be Arteta ball is the name, and obviously we've got to have a little bit of respect for Arteta. He's been doing bits at Arsenal. That is why he's got the tactic on here. So let's go for it. We're going to start off with a positive mentality. In possession, fairly wide, play out of defence, shorter, slightly higher, be more expressive, and mix crosses. In transition, counter press, counter, distribute to the centre backs and the full backs with take short kicks. Now this one here, if you're behind in a game, you definitely should look to you can obviously get this on distribute quickly, speed things up a little bit. I wouldn't like to tweak anything else, to be fair, but if you are in need of a goal, that is definitely something you should set to. Get the ball out as quick as you can. Get back into the game. Out of possession, you want standard, high press line of engagement, much more often, prevent your goalkeeper distribution, and get stuck in. Now, we picked up a lot of yellow cards, and it's a bit bittersweet, this one, because if you take it off, you're not going to get as many yellows, but having it on, as you can see, it makes them aggressive, it makes them strong in the tackle. This doesn't mean every challenge they put in is going to be a booking. It does mean that they can get them wrong occasionally, and they will get a booking. So it's up to you what you want to go with. For me, I look at players in the Arsenal team, and there is a lot of fight in there. They usually get a couple of bookings, so I mean, that's why we've got it on, but that's completely up to you if you want to take it off. But I will just warn you, that doesn't just because you've got that on, it does help. It does have like a meaning to why it's on. But obviously, if you do want to limit the yellow cards, you can definitely tweak that. In terms of the player roles then, we're going to start off with a sweeper keeper on attack, dribble more and take more risks. We're going to have a wing back on the right-hand side on run wide with the ball, get further forwards on support. A ball playing defender on defend on take more risks and hold position. Same for the left-hand sided one. Wing back on the left is going to be on support again, run wide with the ball and also get further forwards. Into the midfield, then we have a DM on defend, shoot less often, dribble less, and hold position. We then have a box-to-box on the right, on the support, run wide with the ball, roam from position. On the left, we've got actually an advanced playmaker this time. On attack, get further forward, stay wider, shoot less often, dribble more, and take more risks. Now, you could use a Metzala. I wouldn't really advise anything else other than an advanced or a Metzala. For me personally, I felt like the advanced playmaker performed a little bit better in the game personally. But that's completely up to you. If you've got players that obviously play better in Metzala, or you prefer a Metzala, it's going to play very similar. So that would be possibly another tweak you could make. On the left-hand side, we've got an inside forward on attack. Dribble more, cut inside with the ball, take more risks, cross less often, and get further forwards. And on the right, we've got an inside forward on attack, dribble more, cut inside with the ball, take more risks, cross less often, and get further forwards. Moving up the line then to finish it off, we've got a deep line forward on attack. Again, you could have him on support. Possibly if you're actually a smaller team and you don't want to obviously commit another player too far forward, you could do this. But I would recommend keeping it on attack personally, just to see, you know, how well our player's done. That's what I'd go off. We then have hold up the ball, take more risks, and also move into channels. So there are a few tweaks obviously you can make to this. Like I said, with the tackle harder, you could definitely have this guy on support, for example. You could have a Metzala. If you're defending a game, you could put these two on support, for example. If you're really trying to attack a game, you could even put the wing backs on attack and get them further forward. But the midfield, I wouldn't really play about too much with these two positions, especially because they work really, really well. But they're sort of some of the tweaks you can also do. But I have to try and make a tactic as accurate to Arteta as possible. So as I want to make always clear, as I love to make it clear, sometimes the positions you see in the tactical replicas, you know, when I try and base it around a manager, you can get away with different positions, and sometimes they're even better. So what might be a perfect example for this would be this deep line forward might actually be better as an advanced forward. But obviously Arteta, I would sum his sort of forward player up as a deep line forward. But that's that out of the way. Again, if you want to download this tactic, by the way, you can find it on the FM Scout website, as well as all my other tactics on there as well. If you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and please do turn on notifications. And also do come by the live stream as well. It'd be nice to see some of you guys in here. Like I said, we're live practically every single day. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next one.